Hello and welcome to our third video about contribution made fun and easy series. I am Maida.
And I am Yvette. We're two of the team reps from the Global WordPress marketing team. For the next few minutes, we'll be here to guide you about collaborating using Google Docs and everything you need to know about that.
Google Drive has a word processing app called Google Docs, which helps you create, edit, and collaborate with other team members on documents. While mentioning the benefits of using Google Docs, some of these include it's compatible with almost all OSs. You can comfortably use it on both Windows and Mac. Since everything gets sorted in the cloud, you can access your documents from anywhere, anytime, and they are very safe. And all of this saves your storage bandwidth as well. And this increases and improves your productivity because with Google Docs, you are actually saving a lot of time.
When collaborating using any of the Google Drive's apps, make sure you're logged in. Whether you're contributing during a meeting or async, you can always see if anyone else is working in the document simultaneously. You will see that as marked with some of the symbols as marked with the green arrow here. When you're logged in, all contributors can see who added a suggestion or comment. That way, other contributors can, for instance, ask clarifying questions to you as a commenter. And lastly, team reps and final editors use version history to find out who are the contributors that need to get recognition for substantial contributions. That recognition takes place in the shape and form of, for instance, mentions at the end of a piece of published content, during meetings, in the props channel on Slack, in the credits section of a version release, and they use it to issue badges for on your WordPress.org profile page.
What makes Google Docs significantly productive is its real-time collaboration modes. You can simply click on the link to the document and edit it directly online. So here's the cool part. You can make all of the changes which you want at the same time, and every version is tracked and saved automatically. But how does this work? Google Docs has the editing mode and the suggesting mode that helps you make real-time edits. Viewing mode, as the name suggests, allows you to only read or print the final document. However, editing and suggesting modes are quite similar when it comes to real-time edits, but are different when you want to keep a track of the changes you make. First, let's find out from where you can access these modes. Right underneath the Share button, you find an icon for pencil. Click it to open a drop-down menu. Before you're making any edits, you can switch between the editing or the suggesting mode. By default, your document is set to the editing mode. So if you are making any changes in this mode, then all of the edits are incorporated directly without tracking any documented edit history. Please look at this screenshot where I have added this green highlighted rectangle. In this case, if multiple users are working on this same document, no one can track that To keep a track of any changes in Google Docs, you need to switch from the editing mode to the suggesting mode. Once again, click the pencil icon and choose Suggesting from the drop-down menu. In this suggestion mode, any text that you add is highlighted and any text that you delete is crossed out. Also, these edits appear with your profile presence on the right-hand side of the document. The screenshot on this slide helps you explain all of this. So there are three things to be noted. Number one is the icon of the pencil, which now changes when you switch to suggesting mode. Second is the appearance of the green lines, which encloses the edited text. And third is the presence of the suggestion box that appears right across the edit which you have made. Inside the suggestion box, there is a field for adding comments as well. The document owner, after reviewing your suggestions, may approve with the tick mark or may reject the changes, hitting the cross sign. This brings me down to sum up this part of the session with an important note. Please never accept or reject any suggested edits unless you are a team rep or the final editor of the document.
As you have noticed, suggesting edits right in the document generates a comment-like notification next to the document. Sometimes you may want to add a clarification, words of encouragement, your reasoning behind an edit, or anything else that does not belong in the document itself. For that, please use the comments option. Select the word, sentence, or section that your comment refers to, and then click with the right button of your mouse. Then choose Comment. There's another way to do this. When you select the text, a blue comment icon will show up on the right side of your screen. You can also click or tap that and add your suggestion. When adding comments, please keep in mind that we contributors come from all over the world. For the majority of us, English is not our native language. Also, not everyone has been along in the project for very long. So always remember, while working alone is faster, collaborating will make sure the content we create will resonate with a wider audience. So please be patient, be friendly, and be encouraging. And also know, particularly if you're not in the project for that long, asking clarifying questions is great, because if you're not sure you understand, it will help make content easier to understand for everyone. Nobody ever complained that content was too easy to understand. Once again, please, pretty please, never remove or complete comments unless you're a team rep or appointed final editor on a document.
Document sharing is the feature where Google Docs really shine. Let's think of a small exercise. You are working on a document that requires feedback from your team. The traditional way of doing is you'll set up a Word document and email it to your team with a note. Please drop in your feedback with changes. Then every person will respond back through an email with all the changes. Your inbox ends up having multiple versions of edits, and chances are quite of them are going to be similar and repetitive. Yikes. A Google Doc eliminates all of this hassle. All you would need to do is share the document with your team and ask them to make their changes directly in the same document. You are now working on one document as opposed to 5 or 6 different documents. To do this, click on the share button in the upper right corner of your screen. You will see the share screen, which presents many options. At the moment, since I created this document, I am the owner. To share a Google Docs with one or more team members, start adding team members by typing their email IDs in the Add People and Groups field. Take a look at the screenshot. I have marked 5 steps that need to be followed. After hitting the share button, you start typing in the email of one or more team members. Then, from the drop-down arrow, choose what access permission you want to give. There are 3 levels of permission: viewer, commenter, and editor. Then there's a checkbox which enabled notifies people through an email that a document has been shared for review. Next is an optional text box where you can add a personalized note for better context and explanation. And once all of this is figured out, just hit the send button. For more in-depth explanation, here's what the viewer, commenter, and editor modes mean. In the viewer mode, people can view but cannot change or share the files with others. For commenter mode, people can make comments and suggestions but cannot change or share the file with others. The editor mode allows you to make changes, accept or reject suggestions, and share the files with others. So basically, the editor mode is a full-fledged access mode. Most of the folders on our Google Drive are set to everyone with a link can edit. There's this option though that allows you to share the document with members outside the WordPress marketing team in the view only mode. The box highlighted with green rectangle is the place to configure. You can see there's this copy link icon, which when clicked, it copies a shareable link. But this link is restricted to only people that are added. This option facilitates even to those people who may not even have a Google account. So click on Change to Anyone with the link text. This provides you with a link which anyone on the internet can view the document. Also, the access mode for this type of link is a viewer mode. In addition, the settings gear is also disabled for public links.
We touched on it briefly when we discussed the reasons to make sure you're logged in when collaborating. Revision history shows the team reps and final editors who edit and edited content. As a contributor, you can use that to your benefit too, to understand how content developed over time, for instance. Also, sometimes really useful phrases seem to have disappeared. A bit of digging through the version history will then help uncover them. To open version history of a document, click File, Version History, and See Version History. At the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the various versions. Some documents will have more revisions than others. Scroll down to see more revisions, if there are any. Then click on a version to open that version up. And make sure the checkbox Show Changes is marked. That way, you can see all the revisions and also see who performed any revision. Please never restore versions unless you're either a team rep or an appointed final editor. And another biggie, please never copy content over to a local document, for instance, Microsoft Word, to edit the document and then paste it all back to the Google document. That way, we will lose all valuable revision history. And believe me if I say we've been there and it's very, very painful.
Google Docs allows you to download and access a file in several formats. Here's how. Sometimes you may want to download a copy of a document you've been working on for future reference, of course. Go to the file and navigate to the download icon. Hover the mouse over it and it navigates you to a new menu which lists all the formats in which you can download the Google Docs. My most go-to format is PDF.
That's all we have for you for the session. If you have questions, please post in our marketing Slack channel at any time and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, we'd love for you to join us during our weekly marketing meetings on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. UTC and our weekly virtual coffee breaks every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. UTC. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Wonderful.